Welcome back. Today I am going to teach you the next chapter. The name of the chapter is Rocks and Soil. Now let us start the chapter. Earth is the third planet from the Sun. Earth formed over 4.5 billion years ago. Within the first billion years of Earth's history, life appeared in the ocean and began to affect Earth's atmosphere and surface. Some geological evidence indicates that life may have arisen as early as 4.1 billion years ago. Since then, the combination of Earth's distance from Sun, physical properties, and geological history have allowed life to evolve and thrive. Earth's atmosphere and oceans were formed by volcanic activity and outgassing. Water vapor from these sources condensed into the oceans, augmented by water and ice from asteroids, protoplanets, and comets. A crust formed when the molten outer layer of Earth cooled to form a solid. There is more to the Earth than what we can see on the surface. In fact, if you were able to hold the Earth in your hand and slice it in half, you would see that it has multiple layers. But of course, the interior of our world continues to hold some mysteries for us. However, advances in seismology have allowed us to learn a great deal about the Earth and the many layers that make it up. Each layer has its own properties, composition, and characteristics that affects many of the key processes of our planet. They are in order from the exterior to the interior: the crust, the mantle, the outer core, and the inner core. Like all terrestrial planets, the Earth's interior is differentiated. This means that its internal structure consists of layers arranged like the skin of an onion. Peel back one and you find another, distinguished from the last by its chemical and geological properties, as well as vast differences in temperature and pressures. Now let us discuss about the layers of the Earth. The Earth can be divided into one of the two ways, mechanically or chemically. Chemically, which is the more popular of the two, it can be divided into the crust, the mantle, which can be subdivided into the upper and the lower mantle, and the core, which can also be subdivided into the outer core and inner core. The inner core is solid, the outer core is liquid, and the mantle is solid, kind of plastic, you can say. This is due to the relative melting points of the different layers: nickel or iron core, silicate crust, mantle, etc. And the increase in temperature and pressure as depth increases. You can compare the Earth to a coconut. The shell of the coconut is hard like the crust of the Earth. The innermost part of the coconut is liquid like the core of the Earth. Each rock is made of two or more minerals. Rocks differ in their size, shape, color, texture, origin, and use. Now let us understand about rocks. Why are rocks important to Earth? They help us to develop new technologies and are used in our everyday lives. Our use of rocks and minerals includes as building materials, cosmetics, cars, roads, and appliances. Rocks and minerals are important for learning about earth materials, structure, and systems. Where can we find rocks on the earth? They are generally found inside the earth's crust, where there is enough heat and pressure to form the rocks. Metamorphic rocks are often made from other types of rock. How do rocks impact our lives? The rocks are buried deep in under the ground. So it affects the earth and thus it affects us. Sometimes it moves to the earth's surface and erupts then erupts from a volcano, and thus it also sends gases and ash to the atmosphere. Do you know what is the oldest type of rock on earth? The name of the rock is zircon. The Jack Hill zircon is believed to be the oldest geological material ever found on earth, dating back to about 4.375 billion years ago. Give or take 6 million years, the zircons are not technically rocks, but we felt that they should be included on this list. How are rocks useful to us? Rocks are very useful to us because, like minerals, rocks are of great resource value, some directly and some as constituents of minerals. Almost all types of building materials used for paving roads, floors, or building walls of houses or various other structures, including bridges, come from rocks. Some of these benefits we derive from rocks include the following. Rocks are very important to mankind because they are one of the base sources of fuel and power. Minerals are extracted from rocks. Salt can be extracted from rocks. Rocks also serve as a source of water supply. How do we use rocks in everyday life? They are used in agriculture, science, technology, communication, transportation, construction, medicine, manufacturing, and arts. From metals, building materials, and fertilizers to baby powder and the graphite in our pencil, rocks and minerals provide us with many essentials in our modern everyday life. Types of rocks. Rocks can be divided into three types on the basis of how they are formed. Rocks underwater. Some rocks are formed with small pieces of pebble, gravels, sand, and clay. They are mostly found underwater, like shell, sandstone, limestone, etc. Rocks deep inside the earth, some rock change their form to make new rocks like marble, slate. Rocks are usually grouped into three main groups: igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, and sedimentary rocks. Rocks form the Earth's outer solid layer, the crust. Igneous rocks are formed when magma cools in the Earth's crust or lava cools on the ground surface or the seabed. This magma or lava comes out when the volcanic eruption takes place. The metamorphic rocks are formed when existing rocks are subjected to such large pressures and temperatures that they are transformed. The scientific study of rocks is called petrology, which is an essential component of geology. Now we are going to discuss on the classification of the rocks. Formation of rocks, the proportion of silica in rocks and minerals is a major factor in determining their names and properties. Rocks are classified according to characteristics such as mineral and chemical composition, texture of the constituent particles, and particle size. These physical properties are the result of the processes that formed the rocks. Over the course of time, rocks can transform from one type into another, as described by the geological model called the rock cycle. This transformation produces three general classes of rock: igneous, sedimentary, metamorphic. Those three classes are subdivided into many groups. There are, however, no hard and fast boundaries between allied rocks. By increase or decrease in the proportion of their materials, they pass through gradations from one to the other. The distinctive structure of one kind of rock may thus be traced gradually merging into those to another. Hence, the definitions adopted in rocks named simply correspond to the selected points in a continuously graduated series. Now, we will discuss about sandstone. Sandstone is a clastic sedimentary rock composed mainly of sand-sized mineral particles or rock fragments or organic material. Most sandstone is composed of quartz or feldspar. Both are silicates because they are the most resistant minerals to weathering process at the earth's surface. Like uncemented sand, sandstone may be any color due to the impurities within the minerals. But the most common colors are tan, brown, red, grey, pink, white, and black. Since sandstone beds often form high visible cliffs, certain colors of sandstone have been strongly identified with certain regions. Uses of sandstone. Sandstone has been used for domestic construction and housewares since prehistoric times and continues to be used. Sandstone was a popular building material from ancient times. It is relatively soft, making it easy to carve. It has been widely used around the world in constructing temples, homes, and other buildings. It has also been used for artistic purposes to create ornamental fountains and statues. Some sandstones are resistant to weathering, yet are easy to work. This makes sandstone a common building and paving material, including in asphalt concrete. Because of the hardness of individual grains, uniformity of grain size, friability of their structure, some types of sandstone are excellent materials from which to make grindstones for sharpening blades and other implements. Non-fibrous sandstones can be used to make grindstones for grinding grain. Now, what is shale? Shale is a fine-grained clastic sedimentary rock composed of mud, that is mix of flakes of clay minerals and tiny fragments of other minerals, especially quartz and calcite. It is the most common sedimentary rock. What is limestone? Limestone is a carbonate sedimentary rock that is often composed of the skeletal fragments of marine organisms such as coral, mollusks, etc. About 10% of sedimentary rocks are limestones. The solubility of limestone in water and weak acid solution leads to crust landscape in which water erodes the limestone over thousands to millions of years. Most cave systems are through limestone bedrock. Limestone has numerous uses as a building material, an essential component of concrete. Now, we will discuss on marble rock. Marble is a metamorphic rock composed of recrystallized carbonate minerals, most commonly calcite or dolomite. Uses of marble. Color. Marble is usually a light colored rock. Where are Marble Rocks located? Marble Rocks is a very well known place in Madhya Pradesh. The Marble Rocks is an area along the Narmada River in central India near the city of Jabalpur in Bedhaghat of Jabalpur district in the state of Madhya Pradesh. The river has carved the soft marble, creating a beautiful gorge of about 8 km in length. It is a popular Indian tourist destination. What are the uses of marble rock? Very few rocks have as many uses as marble. It is used for its beauty in architecture and sculpture. It is used for its chemical properties in pharmaceuticals and agriculture. It is also used for its optical properties in cosmetics, paint, and paper. Why is marble so popular? The marble is so popular because marble is able to withstand extreme heat. It has come into its own as the lowest maintenance, highest beauty option for a kitchen countertop. Now used all over the world. People love how versatile marble is without detracting from the overall look of your kitchen. How do humans use marble? Very few rocks have as many uses as marble. It is used for its beauty in architecture and sculpture. It is used for its chemical properties in pharmaceuticals and agriculture. It is also used for its optical properties, cosmetics, paint, and paper. Now, let us know about slate. Slate is also a kind of rock. Slate actually is a fine grained, foliated, homogeneous metamorphic rock derived from an original shape type sedimentary rock composed of clay or volcanic ash through low graded regional metamorphism. Metamorphism means change. It is the finest grained foliated metamorphic rock. Rocks near the earth's surface we are going to understand or discuss now. Some rocks are formed when liquid minerals change into solid. These are found near the earth's surface, like the name of the rocks are basalt, granite, etc. Basalt. Basalt is a dark colored, fine grained igneous rock composed mainly of plagiaus clay and progen minerals. Yes, I know these are little bit difficult name of the minerals, but actually it is formed from this. It is most commonly forms as an extrusive rock such as a lava flow, but can also form in a small intrusive body such as an igneous dike or a thin shield. Just look at the pictures. It will be easier for you to understand what kind of rock a basalt is. What is basalt used for? A question always comes to our mind. Basalt is used for a wide variety of purposes. It is most commonly crushed for use as an aggregate in construction project. Crushed basalt is also used for road base, concrete work, asphalt pavement work, railroad, filter stone in drain fields, and many other purposes. Now let us know about granite. What kind of rock is granite is? Granite is a common type of igneous rock which is granular. Granite can be white, pink, grey. In different colors you can get granite. The word granite comes from the Latin word granum, a grain. The meaning is a grain, in reference to the coarse grained surface of such a completely crystalline rock. Where is granite found? Again the question comes to our mind. Much of the earth's continental crust is made of granite, and it forms the cores of the continents. In North America, the landscape surrounding Canada's Hudson Bay and extending south to Minnesota consists of granite bedrock. Now, as we came to the nearly the end of today's part, let us learn and memorize some spellings. So, the spellings you have to learn are minerals, core, molten, liquid, crust, layer, texture, pebble, shell, basalt, slate, granite. Now take out your science copy. I am giving you a home assignment. After taking out your science copy, draw the pictures of different types of rocks given in the book. Like basalt, you will draw granite, marble, limestone, shale, sandstone. These are the rocks, the pictures are given in the book, so you have to draw pictures. You can draw the pictures, 4 pictures in one page. You have to draw 4 pictures in one page, not more than that. And you can also draw it in drawing different lines. Like first you can draw the 3 basic rocks like sandstone, shale and limestone in one page, and the next page you can draw the rest of the rocks like marble rock, slate, basalt and granite. So it will be easily come in 2 pages. And always when you are writing any answer of science, always remember to draw a small picture of the particular thing. Before the starting of the answer, you should draw that, a small picture. So from now on you should start practicing to draw different kinds of science drawings which is related to your chapters. Thank you so much.